Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming. We cover today an interesting faction that gets the shaft, in my humble opinion, and it is the Free Rasalhague Republic. They have an interesting history and flavor for an Innersphere faction, and one with more than plenty of fan support. One of the only factions that is not only a republic but also elects their leaders, unlike the rest of the Innersphere. It really is a shame that the Republic, like all republics in this setting, seems to not last for very long. The great rise of the Free Rasalhague Republic as an independent faction within the setting begins in the fire of the Fourth Succession War. The Lyran Commonwealth used the unrest in the Rasalhague military district of the Draconis Combine to make massive gains against House Kurita. However, things would not be as simple for the Lyran Commonwealth as things seemed, and despite its best efforts for the brave mech warriors of House Steiner to sway the Rasalhague public to join the Commonwealth, integration into the Commonwealth was ruined by the Tyrant of Tamar, Selwyn Kelswa, who stubbornly refused to grant the independence his own Archon recognized. After all, acknowledging the independence of Rasalhague would strip the hard-won planets he meant to swallow for the Tamar dukedom. Not to mention the myriad of Combine troops who outright refused the Coordinator when he released Rasalhague from the Dragon's grasp. With the belligerent setup, the Ronin Wars began. While the conflict was brutal, in hindsight it was exactly what the young state needed to teeth its military for the coming challenges in later eras. It was always understood that the independence of Rasalhague came not from the brave patriots rebelling against the dragon, or even the bravery of House Magnuson themselves, but the backroom deals made by Comstar in HPG stations to the Coordinator of the Combine. Managing the border and flooding the Draconis Combine with Comstar SLDF grade mechs, it may not have been these things that outright won the day for the Combine in the War of 3039, but they certainly helped even the odds. While Comstar got their revenge for their failure in preventing the Fourth Succession War, Rasalhague had more than plenty of their own issues to keep them busy. While the FRR armed their borders and prepared for the next war, the knockout blow to the state would come from the border they left relatively unguarded. The dramatic fall of the Free Rasalhague Republic came not from its Inner Sphere rivals, but from invaders from outside the Inner Sphere. The clans. Two in specific, Clan Wolf and Clan Ghost Bear, take the vast majority of territory held by the FRR. Indeed, when the final reversal of fortunes for the clans happened on Tukiad, barely more than 5 systems were in the FRR, Tukiad included. And worse, if they did not have Comstar to run the military for them, they would effectively be swallowed whole by the rest of their enemies. Vassalized by Comstar and now a rump state barely holding together, when the Federated Commonwealth was ready to start ripping itself apart by the early 3060s, House Magnuson, the elected princes of Rasalhague, began the struggle to rally what's left of the fighting spirit of his people, who without Comstar seemed to have little fight left in them. As Comstar got increasingly caught up in the politics of the era, Rasalhague did more of what it could to return themselves to a position of power. With the Blakist factions becoming radicalized and increasingly illegitimate, the Second Star League falling apart was simply the last nail in the coffin. In the chaos unleashed, Rasalhague, now under a new regency, looks to the Ghostbear Dominion for a path to repatriation with the rest of their wayward citizenry. Ghostbear, being the only clan even capable of being sympathetic to the plights of the people separated by the invasion, seemed receptive. The talks bore fruit, bringing an unprecedented unity between Clanner and Spheroid. It leads to something new and constructive in the era. The rest of the Inner Sphere at the time simply ripped themselves apart in Blake's glorious name. Now fully repatriated as the Rasalhague Dominion, and with reforms making the now RD closer to the then FRR that was so painfully fought for and lost many decades ago, still keeping a Ghost Bear warrior caste that was very much in control of the superstate's military, making them ironically a clan power. They would soon make immediate territorial gains thanks to the abandonment of Clan Wolf to their new Rimward Empire. The Rasalhague Dominion, now territorially at what they were prior to the clan invasion, seemed stronger than ever, as Grey Monday caused havoc to all the great powers of the Inner Sphere, with the exception of the clans, given their ability to operate HPGs, including the now Rasalhague Dominion. It allowed the superstate to be insular and develop critical infrastructure, while others crashed and burned around them. with a controversial new sourcebook dictating the current course of the Rasalhague Dominion. It seems that, quite uncharacteristically, they decide to not only join Wolf in the Ill Clan's so-called Star League, but also to accept after being directly insulted and looked down upon. Not only is this insane to hear, it is equally maddening to read. What happens next seems even worse to me. The answer Rasalhague gives to such disrespect. They try to prove themselves to Clan Wolf by attacking the Draconis Combine. Yes, really. I can only hope the next few sourcebooks make some 180s in the near future, or this faction's history and future is going to be really bleak. Alright everyone, that'll be it though for the Free Rasalhague Republic. Thank you all for staying this long. Thank you all for watching the video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and y'all have a great rest of y'all's day, and thanks again for watching. Bye.